So we pick the needle up, go back to the beginning of the song, and short as shit, sitting there as plain as day, it says, I ain't what you call a city slicker. My claim to fame is to be a slitty licker. I go, I fucking love this band. This band is awesome. So I become a freakish Aerosmith fan, like crazy. I'm literally telling the truth. I literally ran away from home at 15 with my guitar and went to Boston, Massachusetts to join Aerosmith. Get rid of that Whitford guy. I'm better looking. Who knew? So, you get the point. I'm crazy. Now, I start getting in this thing. We were doing these cover circuit in Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, Delaware, Maryland. We start playing this stuff. And we had this little agent, like Vinny Boombatz, you know, the little Italian, you know, Joe Pesci looking guy, that says, hey, if you want to make some money with your band over there, you got to do a tribute. You need a tribute act. So we were doing like 4 sets a night. He says the last show, the last set, do an entire set of your favorite band. So it was a toss-up with us between Zeppelin and Aerosmith, but we went with Aerosmith. Now, this is us, I apologize, a little bit of a long story. But so we do this tribute thing, but I, being the psychotic little Aerosmith fan that I am, I decided to take it a little step further. So I cut my hair like Steven Tyler. And then I dyed my hair like Steven Tyler. And then I actually started to notice in magazines, I'm like, oh shit, he's got a little black stripe on every fingernail. I need to do that as well. So I got black stripes on there. Then I had this girl that I was dating actually make me the outfit that Steven Tyler wore at the Texas Jam in 1970, whatever. The black and white striped outfit with the long things and it tied up the front. Okay, now mind you, this is the 70s. I'm from Philadelphia, and if any of you guys watch the sports news, the Cowboy fans, you know that Philadelphia is not all well in the head in certain neighborhoods of South Philadelphia. So now I'm in South Philly, walking around in a black and white striped outfit that ties up the front with scarves. I got black nail polish on. How do you think my life is going? Not good. So, you get the point. I'm crazy now. Now we fast forward about 25 years, and now I'm in Motley Crue, 1993. And we go up to this studio in Vancouver, Canada called Little Mountain. And the first day that we're there, they had 2 studios. Studio A, which was the large room, which is where we were in. They were setting our gear up. And then there was Studio B. Tommy and Nikki decide to play a little prank on yours truly. And they say, there's a local band in Studio A, or Studio B. We should go over. They're going to be here for a little while. We're going to be here for a little while. I think that they would get a kick out of meeting the guys in Motley Crue. So I go, you're right. Let's go over. Young kids, they're probably going to be stoked to meet us. And then they keep stirring the pot, like Tommy and Nikki. They're like, besides, you haven't done any press. Nobody's really talked to you. So they'll probably really get a kick out of meeting the new lead singer. I'm like, let's go. Let's go meet these kids. So I walk through the lobby. They let me go first. Should have been my first clue. I walk into this room. I literally do the foot thing, kick the door, and I walk into this room. There's all this music playing, and the music stops. And it's like that Clint Eastwood shit, right? Silence. And there's a guy sitting right in front of me on a chair with a guitar. And he turns around and he looks at me because I'm over here in the doorway. And he looks at me like this. And I look at him and everything goes into slow motion. I go, ooh. And my brain's like, holy shit. That guy looks just like Joe Perry from Aerosmith. And then it's like, this internal clock is like, tick, 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 tick. It seemed like an hour. But then all of a sudden I go, you're an idiot. It is fucking Joe Perry from Aerosmith. Like, shit. And he's not happy. I just interrupted him doing a guitar solo for one of their new songs on the Get a Grip record. Now over here in the corner, I suddenly see some commotion. I didn't know it, but God himself was sitting on the floor working on lyrics. He stands up and he starts running towards me and he grabs me and he picks me up, my feet are dangling, and he bites my cheek. And then he says this to me. He goes, oh, you're the one that's being shot out of the cannon, brother. Now, this was my retort to Mr. Tyler. I just sat there like fanboy number one, and I'm like, just dumbfounded. Tommy and Nikki pull me out of the room and they take me back to the other room and they give me this amazing advice and they say, dude, you can't be a fanboy anymore. Motley Crue and Aerosmith are on the same level. You need to treat Steven like a peer, not a fanboy. And I said, fuck you. That's Steven Tyler. I don't know where to go with this. I don't know how to act. You've had 10 years to build up to this point. I was just serving hot dogs and Slurpees at a 7-Eleven like 4 months ago. Kiss my ass. So I'm like, whatever. Now, every day that I meet, every day I walk out of the room, I come out, I want to have a beer, I want to smoke a joint, whatever. I walk out of the room, who do I run into? Steven. And he's as nice as pie. He's got all the energy that you see on TV, but he's a sweetheart. And he comes over every day and he's like, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, boss? How's it going? I'm like, how's the record coming along? Do you need any help with anything? Nothing. So after about a week, he says to Nikki, he goes, dude, what is wrong with your singer? Nikki's like, what do you mean? He goes, I have literally been trying to talk to that guy for a week and a half, and he just stands there with his mouth open, drooling a little bit, which is creepy, bug-eyed, and he says nothing. So Steven says, is he high or is he stupid? And Nikki said, both. So, again, I apologize. I know this story's a little long. But I'm sitting one day, I come out of the room, we were doing some guitar tracks, and our producer said, go take a break. And he had to tweak the microphones or whatever they do. So I go out into the lounge, this lobby area, this couch, and I'm sitting playing the guitar, and I'm reminiscing. I'm sitting there going, holy shit, my life is so awesome right now. I'm like the lead singer in one of the biggest bands in the world, and Aerosmith, the band that I worship, is right on the other side of that door. So I start playing, I'm by myself in this room, no one's around, and I start playing all these songs that I was playing in that cover band. And I'm doing shit like, I'm just jamming to myself. Right? I'm doing all this shit like, back when Cain was able, way before the stable, live and shook right down from the sky. But ship of fates and let's give it a try. Right? So I'm doing all this shit. And then I start playing the song that I'm eventually gonna play. I did apologize about the length of the story, but I do want to point out that that guy and that guy had no beard when they came in. That's how long this fucking story is. All right. So I started playing this song from the Get Your Wings record called Seasons of Wither. You guys remember this song? Okay. So I started playing the song, and I started doing the intro. And right when the vocal's supposed to start, I'm sitting in a room, there's nobody around, and I start playing this. Right? And then I did the next part. And then right when the vocal's supposed to start, I hear the voice. And I literally go like this. And he's right there. Like, right there. And I had one of those bone-crushing moments because he said, yeah, you're playing it wrong, brother. So I'm like, God damn it. So he jumped over the couch, I shit you not. Now I want you guys to think about this. If you could meet anybody, whoever your idol, whoever that guy is for you, or that band, or that artist, I'm thinking it's Justin Timberlake over there. No, okay. I took a guess, but over there they said yes. Okay, so if you could sit down with somebody like that and get them to tell you a story, it'd be great. So now I'm sitting here, Tyler's here, he takes my guitar, he retunes it, and he's showing me the tuning that he uses, and he's telling me all this shit, and my brain is going, oh, God, I want to ask him so many questions. I want to ask him so many questions. But you're being a fanboy right now. Shut the fuck up. Be a peer. Don't be a fanboy. Be a peer. Don't be a fanboy. And I'm just going back and forth. So he's sitting there, and I caved. I said, Steven, I got to ask you a couple questions. I'm sorry if I'm being a fanboy, but I gotta ask you a couple questions. You did a record, Night in the Ruts. He goes, yes. I go, there's a song on that record called Bone to Bone, Coney Island Whitefish Boy. What does that mean? You want to hear what his answer was? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. So he goes, Bone to Bone, Coney Island Whitefish Boy. He goes, I'll tell you. I was living in Bronx, New York. And he goes, me and my boys, we get on the train, we go down to Brooklyn, we go to Coney Island, we have some pills, we have some weed, we have some wine. And we would go down and we would get high and we would look for girls. And he goes, we find them, and then we take them under the boardwalk and we get busy with them. And he goes, the next day, we would do our shit, and next day, you get up and there'd be all these used condoms all over the beach. They call them Coney Island Whitefish. And I was like, you're so awesome. Just dumbass, right? So I go, okay, another question. Seasons of Wither. What is that about? Why did you write that? And he goes, I'll tell you. He goes, I was living in Boston. We had a band house in Boston, Massachusetts. And he goes, I got a little wild hair up my ass one day. And he goes, we were rehearsing. He goes, we used to write in that house. We used to rehearse in that house. We lived in the house. We ate, slept, bled, did whatever in that house. And he goes, one night I went out. I went to a bar. And he goes, I was drinking, smoking a little weed. I went into this bar. And he goes, at the end of the bar, there was 3 lovely ladies down there. So he goes, I walked down there. I bought them a drink. We started dancing. We started prancing. We started romancing. I went back to their house and I fucked all 3 of them. And then I left the house. And he goes, I was walking back to the band house, and there was a dumpster. And he goes, out of the dumpster, I could see there was a guitar neck. So I pulled the guitar out of the thing. I looked at it. There was no holes in it or whatever. I took it back to Joe Perry. Joe Perry took the strings off and cleaned it up. He intonated it. He put new strings on. He handed it back to me. I went into the basement. I laid out a tapestry rug. I lit some incense. I lit some candles. I smoked a joint. I did another couple shots of whiskey. I did a triple 2 and all. And I wrote Seasons of Wither. And I said, you're so awesome. Did you say you fucked all 3 of them? Anyway. Sorry. There's a lot more to this story that results in the divorce of my first wife. First, there was many after that as well. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Anyway, the reason why I told you that story, I was a neurotic, psychotic, idiotic Aerosmith fan growing up, and it was one of the highlights of my life. Not the highlight of my life, probably the 3rd most awesome thing that happened to me. The first was the birth of my son. The second was the phone call that I got that my second ex-wife got run over by a train. And the third was playing this song with my hero. Sleepy was she, love how the devil brought her to me. She's of 1,000 drawn to her sins. She's done with life old in the end. Ooh, woe is me, I feel so badly for you. Ooh, woe is me, I feel so sad. Oh shows me the way. She's of 1,000, drawn to her sins. She's the weather on in the end. Ooh, woe is me, I feel so badly for you. Ooh, woe is me, I feel so sadly for you. In time, bound to lose your mind. Live a moral time, take the wit right